The int data type is used to represent whole numbers, integers, such as -1, 0, 42, and 1000. Let's work with int variables. Declare an int variable called apple and set it equal to 5. Similarly, declare another variable named banana and set it equal to 3. The int data type is specifically used to declare whole numbers like these. Now, let's print the value of the apple variable. To display this value within a string, we use the $$ symbol like so. I have $apple apples. This results in the output, I have 5 apples. We can perform similar operations with the banana variable. Using an integer variable, we can perform various arithmetic operations, including addition, subtraction, and multiplication, among others. Let's calculate the total number of fruits by declaring a total fruits variable and setting it equal to apples plus bananas. This calculation gives us a total of 8 fruits. Display the total fruits variable to see the result. Yes, a total of 8 fruits. As you can see, the int variable allows us to handle various operations involving whole numbers effectively. The double data type is used to represent decimal numbers, floating point numbers, like -1.5, 3.14, and 0.001. To work with the double data type, follow these steps. Declare a double variable using the double keyword. Let's name it radius and set it to 5.0. Declare another variable named pi. Calculate the area of the circle. Since the result is a decimal value, declare a double variable for the area. Calculate the area using the formula, area equals pi into radius square. Print the area variable. Display it as the area of the circle with radius. $radius is $area of the circle. This output is generated for this type of calculation, which involves decimal data types. This output is generated for this type of calculation, which involves decimal data types. Work with the string data type, follow these steps. Declare a string variable using the string keyword. Let's name it name and set it to Brian. Print the value of the name variable using string interpolation. Declare another string variable, named message. In this step, we concatenate 2 strings, hello, and the name variable. Print the message variable to see the result. It should show, hello Brian. These types of string-related coding examples demonstrate the use of the string data type in Dart. The bool data type represents Boolean values, which can be either true or false. To work with the bool data type, follow these steps. Declare a Boolean variable using the bool keyword. Let's name the variable isSunny and set it to true. Check the condition using an if statement. If the value is true, enter the code block and print the message, it's a sunny day. If the condition is false, print, "It's not a sunny day." When you run the code with the variable set to true, it displays, "It's a sunny day." Change the variable to false, and the code displays, "It's not a sunny day." This example demonstrates how the bool variable is used for these types of operations. Lists are used to store ordered collections of items, which can be of any data type. Lists can grow or shrink in size dynamically. To work with lists, follow these steps. Declare a list variable. You specify the data type included in the list variable using angle brackets. In this case, we're including string data. Let's name the variable fruits and enclose the data in square brackets, separated by commas. For example, you can enter fruit names like apple, banana, and orange. This list contains 3 items. Print the variable fruits to display the list items. Each item in the list has an index, starting with 0. To display the 0 item, use the variable followed by the index number in square brackets. For instance, to display the first item, use fruits 0 to get apple. If you change the index to 1, it displays the second item, which is banana. Changing it to 2 displays the third fruit, orange. It's also possible to assign a new value to a particular index. For example, you can set fruits 1 equals grape, which changes the second item to grape. Print fruits to see the updated list. The add function allows you to add a new item to the list. For instance, you can use fruits.add strawberry to add strawberry as the fourth item. When you print the list, it shows all 4 items. It's possible to insert an item at a particular position using the insert function. Specify the index position as the first parameter and add the value as the second parameter. For example, fruits.insert 0 strawberry inserts strawberry in the first position. Print the list to see 5 items, with strawberry in the first position. To remove items from the list, you can use the .remove function. In this example, we're removing banana using the remove function. When you print the list, banana is gone. You can also remove an item from a specific index using the removeAt function. For instance, fruits.removeAt 2 removes the third item, orange. After executing it, the list no longer contains orange. The .length property gives you the number of items in the list. Fruits.length in this case shows that there are 3 items in the list. These are some important concepts related to working with lists. Maps are used to store key-value pairs, where keys and values can be of different data types. Maps are similar to lists, but each item in a map consists of a key-value pair. To declare a map, use angle brackets to specify the data types of keys and values. Declare a map variable, such as student grades. Define the data within curly brackets. Each entry has a key, a string in this case, and a value, an integer, separated by a colon. Entries are separated by commas. In this example, the map student grades contains data for 3 people. You can print these values using the print function. To access the value associated with a specific key, use the variable name followed by the key in square brackets. For example, to access Bob's grade, use student grades, Bob, which displays 89. To add a new entry, assign a key value pair to a variable, like key equals value. For instance, to add David with a grade of 87, use student grades, David equals 87. After this, display that student grades map to see the updated data. To check if a specific key exists in the map, use the contains key function. If the key is present, it returns true. For example, studentgrades.contains key Charlie returns true, while studentgrades.contains key Brian returns false, indicating that Brian is not in the map. To remove an entry, use the remove function and provide the key as a parameter. For example, to remove Bob, use studentgrades.remove Bob. Afterward, Bob will be removed from the map. To find the count of items in the map, use the .length property. In this case, studentgrades.length displays a count of 3. This explanation provides details about working with maps in Dart. The dynamic data type is used when the data type of a variable is not known at compile time or can change at runtime. However, use it with caution, as it bypasses type checks. When you declare a dynamic variable, it is possible to change its data type at runtime. Let's create a dynamic variable named dv. Here are the steps. First, declare an integer variable and print it to see its value. Next, assign a string value to the dv variable. This change is also displayed. Then, assign a double value to dv. The variable now holds a double data type. You can even assign a Boolean value to dv, and it works without any problems. This flexibility to change data types at runtime is the special characteristic of dynamic variables. The var keyword allows Dart to infer the data type based on the assigned value. It is often used when the data type is evident from the initialization. Here's how it works. Declare a var variable, such as name. Assign it a string variable. From this point on, it is considered a string variable, and you can't change its data type. Unlike dynamic variables, where you can change the data type at any time, with var, it's not possible to assign another data type. Attempting to assign an integer value, for example, will result in an error. This distinction between var and dynamic is important when choosing which keyword to use for your variables. The object data type is the root type for all Dart objects. It is rarely used directly but can be used when you need a variable that can hold any type of object. Here's how it works. Create an object variable, named. Assign it a string value, such as hello Dart. When you print the object, it is displayed. Declare another variable and assign an integer value to it. Attempt to assign the integer value directly to the obj1 variable. This results in an error because it is not possible to assign it directly. First, check if the obj1 variable contains an integer value using isInt. Then, convert the object's value to an integer using asInt. Now it works without errors. When you need to convert an object's value to a string, you can use toString. In the example, declaring a double value in the object and then assigning it to a string variable initially results in an error. In the example, declaring a double value in the object and then assigning it to a string variable initially results in an error. However, after using the toString method, it works as expected. This demonstrates the flexibility of the object data type in Dart, allowing it to hold values of different types. The null data type represents the absence of a value. It is often used to indicate that a variable or object has no meaningful value. Here's how it works. First, declare a string variable without assigning any value. By default, it is null. When you try to print a non-nullable variable, you get an error because it's expected to have a value. To make a variable nullable, add a question mark after the data type. Makes it nullable, and you can assign it the value null without errors. This behavior applies to variables of any data type. If you declare an int variable, it will also be non-nullable by default. Adding a makes it nullable and prevents errors. You can use the double question mark to check if a variable is null or not. If it is not null, you can assign another value. For example, string name equals string final name equals name. Unknown will assign unknown to final name if name is null. Similarly, you can check an int variable for null and assign a default value. If you assign values to the variables before checking, they will display their assigned values. If they are null, they will display the default values you provided during the check. This is how the null data type is used in Dart to handle variables that may or may not have a value.